Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Fusion Large LED Sconce. This is the 43082, also a smaller one as well. Check it out, watch the video on that page. Always good information for you there. Let's get into the size of the fixture itself. 25.1 inches tall, 9.5 inches wide. Projection, that's the distance from coming out of the wall, from the wall going out, is coming in at 4.6. So this is actually pretty shallow as far as sconces go. This would be great in a hallway, so you could go right by it and not catch your shoulder on it, or depending on where it's going to be. But lots of different places you can use this. Also, I think this would be very pretty flanking a fireplace, or possibly maybe even a buffet in a dining room, or between windows. That's another great place but as well. Let's get into a couple more things. Let's talk about the back plate on this. 4.9 inches by 4.9 inches, which seems a little small given the fixture itself is pretty large. Mounting height is 22.7 inches from the bottom of the fixture to the middle of that electrical outlet box, and this is what's going to hang on a 4-inch junction box. I want to show you a lot more information about that, and especially that back plate, because it's only about 5 inches by 5 inches, and the reason is because your box is 4 by 4, don't forget. Great place to see information about that is on the installations instructions. So if we're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over on that side of the screen. Midway down, there's going to be a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. Open that up for me. It's going to show you a full parts list. It's going to show you good detailed drawings of the back of this fixture, looking at it from the back and how it goes onto your junction box. And your installer is going to want to know all about that. Good idea to take the link to that page, send it over to them so they can see how this is going to go on the junction box. So obviously this mounts from the top of the fixture itself. That's going to be pretty important because it's going to kind of dictate where you put this, or if you can use this given where your junction box is. Why don't we talk quickly about the pieces that are a part of this. So you have the fixture itself that's going to be in the finish in that pull down menu. Those pieces of glass are fused, seated pieces of glass made by artisans that Hubbardton Forge employs to make them really, really beautiful. Each piece is like an artwork in itself. You really have to be able to see these in person to appreciate how wonderful they are. Now let's talk about the light coming out of this. It's going to use a 16-watt dedicated LED. That housing at the top of this is going to be holding a transformer. It's going to transform your line voltage into low voltage. That's going to go into this series of LEDs, 16 watts. It's going to push light down. It's going to go through those seated glass pieces, and you know there's little bubbles of air in the glass, and it just kind of pops when the light hits it. It's really cool. So it's going to have 700 delivered lumens, and that light is all going to be going down, don't forget. So again, this is a great opportunity to use this in places that you want to light the floor, especially passageways, hallways, foyers, that kind of thing. But you can, like I said, you can use this in all kinds of other applications. The color of the light in this is going to be 3000 Kelvin. That's the color of the light that we like to use in our showroom. If you watch other videos that I've done talking about LEDs, they always talk about how the color coming out of LEDs is going to be offered in the world 2700 Kelvin up to 5000 Kelvin. And that's going to be like super yellow to super blue white. This is nicely in the middle. This is that what's called warm white. What we use in our showroom, the light coming down on my hands, this is warm white 3000 Kelvin LEDs. That's what we like because it's considered just a nice glow, like kind of like what came out of an incandescent bulb that we all grew up with, and that's what's coming out of this. Let's get into finishes now. If you're on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over on this side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a tab. It's going to say Finishes Help Guide. Click on that for me. There's going to be a video on there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be talking about a chart a little farther down on the page. You'll see it next to me here. It's going to kind of go over the differences between heavy forging and non-heavy forging, and it'll be talked about in that video. So it's really important that you kind of watch the video, use the chart. You can click on that chart on different things. So you can click on dark smoke and a big page will pop up and show you lots of different things in dark smoke. Click on burnished steel or natural iron, it'll do the same thing. But it's really important that you understand how Hubbardton Forge's finishes are kind of divided into translucent and opaque and how they can look on different fixtures. Our showroom in Vermont has we're up to 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's on Display page. It's way up there in those red tabs again, so click on that and you can see what we have to show you. That changes all the time because we're always adding things as they come out. Showroom's open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. We have an amazing clearance center here too. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. If you were coming to visit us, bring a good-sized vehicle, something like a big SUV or maybe a small truck or something like that, because you might find something in the clearance center that you want to take home, and it's a lot of fun to go through. 75% off MSRP is an amazing bargain, so you should really take advantage of it if you can. Like I said, we're open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You can call us at 802-446-2400 during business hours. You can email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all the time. We love to answer emails. When you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont, and we're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No one else even comes close to that. Some larger items are non-returnable. We'll always tell you about that. It'll be in the description thing, that part of the description underneath on the very bottom. So keep an eye out for that. We also offer a rush program. Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. They don't stock anything. That's how you're going to get all your finishes, your adjustable ranges to play with, all those things. We can cut that time in half, and it's super inexpensive. If you want to know more, drop a quick email, and I can walk you through the whole thing, okay? So, if you guys have any other questions, let me know. Love to see you in our showroom sometime, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.